Looking at the title, you might see this as a strange observation, and you might be right. Many times, I have a knack for seemingly observing things on a micro level. I call it intuition, especially when it involves my demographic. I just have a very good ability in observing and dissecting certain behaviors. But this observation isn't just limited to my demographic. I think it is probably a thought process that exists within many different people. You see, for a long time now, the trope of the bad black father, the bad black man, the evil black man who does not want responsibility for his children, is not going to be a faithful spouse, is not going to be a protector, a provider, is basically this whimsical, juvenile, often criminal entity, a shadow of a man who lacks maturity and is not seen as the head of the household because of these qualities, right? And I think that stereotype has prevailed throughout time, many decades, maybe even centuries. In today's day, and to be honest, I don't want this to be about scorning women, because I don't think that there is any point to that. I don't think that is the solution. I don't think that helps anything. But you will find many women, particularly black women, the so-called natural pairing for the black man, right, who will complain that their children's fathers don't do much for their kids. They don't provide for their kids. They're never there. They are dealing with other women on the side. And for many decades, that has been the dogma that many women preach. The men, the bad men. Where are the good men? The bad fathers. And so I notice, again, I'm a young father. I'm a father of a little child. I don't know what it is, but the paternal instinct just comes very natural to me. And it surprises the family on both sides. And I think to some degree it surprises the missus. You know, I want to do as much as possible for my son. I look at my son every day with great admiration, massive amount of love. I will do things like put him on the sling, you know, on my front and walk around with him. And it's not I don't do this in some annoyingly showy way where you're trying to prove a point, you know, our father and son. No, I'm not trying to annoy people. And that's probably another thing, is that people don't like to see happiness, you know, and it's very sad. People who might have not had the father or the parenting that they might have want, some of these people end up being very scornful when they see a healthy father or parent-child relationship. It's very bad to have that type of envy. In any case, I've noticed that when I do these things, when I appear to be a good father, I think a few people just don't really want to see it. On one side, some people need that idea, that visualization of the bad black man just to justify their positions, right? To justify their belief systems that they've had for a long time. And many times these ideas are ongoing jokes, you know, repetitive jokes. And I see it online, you know, I see it online. Very callous jokes about, oh, if you end up in a relationship with a black man, be prepared to be a single mother. Stuff like that. This is why I believe that the visage of a good black father is actually quite threatening, because once the society sees good black fathers, certain racist ideologies have to be called into question. And again, back to the women that talk about or complain about not having, you know, where are the good black men, where are the good black fathers? they have to now, when they see a good black father, they have to wonder, hey, if he is a good black father, if that man over there is a good black father, if all around me, to some degree, I see good black fathers, then how comes I couldn't find a good black man who would be a good father to my kids? You see, that's when it opens a Pandoras box. When people who might have never had to be self-reflective or be introspective or to be accountable for their own decision making, people who've never had to look in a mirror and address these things, when they see it right there in their faces, it causes alarm bells. It causes irritation. It causes annoyance. And it's so sad because many people will look at this, they will see that their belief systems are wrong, and instead of amending their thought processes, what they will do instead is to find more excuses. Another excuse I see is that, oh yeah, black men will be good black fathers to non-black women. That is a real excuse I've heard, at least on the internet. I know in the real world people are going to contain their true thoughts and subconscious thoughts. But that's how far people are willing to go to not be accountable for their own behaviors. It's very deep. And to be honest, the purpose of this video is for everyone, for us to realize the people that are around us, the level of hurt and the amount of pain people around us have. And it's very dangerous to be associated with some of these people. For these reasons, to be honest, I don't really have any friends these days. But the friends that I did have were very good people. People, who are very loyal, very honest people. The people who maintain a large friend circle are at risk of dealing with people who just have a lot of malice and a lot of hatred, especially towards happiness and to happy people. We need to protect our mental health from these types of people. Let me caveat that people who live on racist ideas, and every time I mention racist, I know in most people's minds it's going to conjure up a white person, and obviously white people are not the only racists. And fun fact, there are many black people who hold racist ideologies. Okay, so this is really for all people who have relied on these ideologies can't hack see the antithesis of those thoughts. Many people just simply don't want to see a good black dad, even though many people have been clamoring for that. Oh, we need the fathers in the home with all these crime rates and all these teenage boys going out committing crimes. We need the discipline of the father. But I don't think people really want it. People don't really want to see it. But those are my thoughts and my observations. I could be wrong, but what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one.